You will agree with me that the most troubled marriages don't even look or appear broken on the outside. In fact, they function both together on the outside. They even parent their children as normal or at the outside. They also attend church programs and services. But inside, love is fading. Inside, communication is cracking. And also, hearts are growing cold. Now, if you've been feeling off lately in your marriage, don't ignore these inner alarms. In today's powerful teaching from BlissHills Relationship and Marital Hub, we uncover 5 unmistakable signs that your marriage needs urgent attention. Stay with me to the end, as number 4 and number 5 points will blow your mind off. Now, these are not vague guesses. They are rooted Bible wisdoms, emotional intelligence, and even real life marital patterns. And before we dive deep, click the subscribe button and also like this video. Also hit the bell icon so you never miss teachings that will help you build a joyful, godly home. Now, number 1 sign that your marriage needs urgent attention. Number 1 is when communication has broken down. When you notice communication has broken down, not just in words, but also in spirit. When healthy communication disappears, hear me, what happens is that the marriage begins to starve. It's not just about shouting or silent treatment, it's the emotional coldness, the inability to express vulnerability, the feelings that your partner just don't get you anymore. You get fed up. You see, you stop sharing your thoughts, you stop sharing your dreams, even your fears, you stop communicating them. You know, the words you used to use with ease before now, you see, it now feels forced out of your mouth. It now feels heavy out of your mouth. It now feels even dangerous for you to use. You begin to avoid certain topics to keep the peace, in order to maintain peace. And in avoiding the hard conversations, you start avoiding each other gradually. You begin to avoid each other. Now ask yourself, when did I stop feeling safe to speak in this marriage? Ask yourself, are we still emotionally naked and unashamed? Or are we just living as roommates in a contract? Ask yourself these questions. Very important. So don't ignore these signs. Communication is not just part of marriage. Communication is the oxygen of marriage. Number 2, very important sign also, is when the marriage feels more like a duty than a delight. When your marriage begins to feel more like a duty than a delight. Yes, love is more than butterflies, but marriage was never meant to be a prison of routine either. When all the joy is gone, when romance has disappeared and time together feels like a task, you must pay attention at this point. When you begin to notice date nights are no more existing, they are non-existent. When you begin to notice intimacy is rare or forced. When you begin to notice laughter is replaced with sighs. You both feel more like co-parents, co-workers, or even cohabitants than lovers and friends. When you begin to notice all this, my dear, emotional intimacy should not fade with time. But in case it is happening or you are noticing it, then be aware that something is stealing your communication. Something is tampering with your communication in marriage. Something is tampering with your connection, tampering with your marriage, the joy of your marriage. So ask yourself, do I still enjoy my spouse? Do we still have fun, or we are just functioning? As husband and wife, parenting our kids, are you just functioning? The truth is that rebuilding delight is possible, but only when you notice its absence and decide to make a change. Number 3, very important point also that shows your marriage needs urgent attention is when unresolved resentment begins to poison your bond. You need to know that little things become big things when they are not healed. When you allow them to remain and not healed, they turn to become big things. You have to let so many things go. I'm talking about that one thing or that one comment from last year. Something they told you since last year. That disappointment you never talked about, you bury it inside of you. The apology you feel that was never received, you have never received, that has not been said, it has not apologized to you. Take note, resentment builds layer by layer until your heart hardens. Then you begin to roll your eyes at your spouse, at your partner. You avoid certain discussions. You begin to keep scores. You use sarcasms. You begin to punish each other with emotional distance. This is the soil, mind you, this is the soil where divorce silently, secretly grows and thrives. Beware. Have you suddenly forgotten what both of you were taught during your before your wedding, during your marriage course? Have you forgotten that you were made to understand that marriage was designed for constant forgiveness? Marriage was designed for grace. Marriage was designed for open repair. Don't keep anything inside you. Don't bury anything inside of you. Speak them as they happen to you, as you feel. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26, he said, do not let the sun go down while you are still angry. That means you are meant to forgive and forget as soon as possible. So ask yourself, what pain am I carrying that I never addressed? Ask yourself, do I need to forgive? Do I need to forgive something? Do I need to forget something that I've buried or destroyed inside of me? Remember, healing only begins when the truth is spoken. Don't forget, you have no other marriage apart from this one you have. Use wisdom and secure it. Number 4 sign your marriage needs urgent attention when outside relationship, very important, hear me now, when outside relationships are becoming more emotionally satisfying to you. You feel better outside. You feel better talking to people outside. If you are sharing deeper feelings with a friend, with a colleague, or even online media social media friends, more than your husband, then you are in a danger. You are in danger. I can tell you that you may justify it and say something like, they just understand me better out there. You may say, we are just close friends. That's all. It's a lie. I can tell you it's a big lie. Did you know that emotional infidelity often precedes physical betrayal? After emotional betrayal comes the physical manifestation. Marriage becomes vulnerable the moment you let someone else fill the emotional gap your spouse once did. Don't let it be. Don't let it happen. And this includes, amongst others, secret chats, hidden messages, Harmless flirting. Oh, so subtle. And even comparing your spouse to others. Whenever it begins to run in your mind, beware, you are in danger. Your marriage is you're about to crash your marriage. Don't ignore this trap. It may start as comfort, but it ends in regret. It ends in regret. Ask yourself, am I still emotionally loyal? Am I still loyal to my spouse? Ask yourself, who do I run to first with my feelings? Give yourself the answer, then you know where you belong right now. Learn to protect your emotional gate fiercely. Learn to keep your marriage. Number 5 signs, watch out for this. When God is no longer at the center of your marriage. Very, very important. When God is no longer at the center. I taught you something in the other video. Check in our videos. You will see it. The triangular nature of marriage. You see, if prayers have stopped, if devotion time is now becoming rare, if decisions are made without seeking God's input, something is getting off. I can tell you. When God becomes background noise instead of the foundation, then your marriage starts to run on feelings instead of faith. And feelings are unreliable. You cannot rely on feelings. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4, in verse 12, reminds us that a threefold cord cannot be easily broken. Mind what the scripture says, a threefold cord cannot be easily broken. So when God is not the third cord, that means the remaining two are easily broken and torn apart. So it is 3 that cannot be easily broken. You, your wife, you and your husband, and God. So when you cut off God, it becomes only 2. That means 2 can be broken. Ask yourself this question. When did I last pray? When did we last pray together? When did we last pray together? When did I pray last with my husband or my wife? Are we still walking in the same spiritual direction? Be fully aware that the enemy attacks distracted marriages first. Don't give him the room. He seeks for marriages that are distracted from him. Once your attention moves away from him, it becomes only both of you. And both of you alone cannot withstand pressures of marriage. Therefore, as I conclude, I can tell you that healing for your marriage starts when both of you begin to pay attention, begin to look inwards. Begin to tell yourself the truth that you have no other marriage apart from this. Beloved, no marriage dies overnight. No marriage goes overnight. It's a slow fade of neglect, unspoken pains, and the spiritual drift. But God is a restorer, and healing begins when we are honest, when we become honest about the cracks, before they finally become a full manifestation. Begin to look inwards, pay attention. So let me hear your heart on the comment section below. Tell us which of these signs resonate with you the most. I want to hear you from the comment section, and also try to subscribe to this channel, BlissHills Relationship and Marital Hub, for weekly teachings that build love, trust, and godliness in your home. Please share this teaching with a friend or a couple that might need the teaching in their lives. There are couples that are also struggling out there. Please share to them. Believe that they need this light also. Share to them. And also remember, don't forget, your marriage is worth the fight. But you must notice the signs first. You must notice the signs early enough. And you must choose to love on purpose. Don't forget, like I always tell you, you have no other marriage other than this. They say, there's this saying, popular saying, that a bird at hand is worth more than millions in the bush or in the forest. Remember, your husband, your wife is the one you have for now. If you make mistake and cut off from them, most times, I'm not saying that every time, but most times it's difficult to reconnect somewhere else. Because most of those people you see now outside your marriage, they are all shadows. None of them is ready to keep you with them. They are shadows. It is that your husband, that your wife that you have now, that is the real person in your life. Guard your marriage with wisdom. I'll see you again in our next video. And until then, God bless you.